UBC News Tonight is coming to you live from the Nile Avenue this very evening today on the 7th of September 2024. A very warm welcome. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha with Mugalu Muhammad on sign language. Thank you so much for watching UBC TV as we inspire Uganda. We start off with President Yoweri Museveni, who has assured Ugandans that after the rationalization process, the ministries will have the capacity to carry out all the government work once fully supported. He made the remarks while addressing the parliamentary caucus of the National Resistance Movement at State House in Entebbe, where they agreed on the merger and rationalization of government agencies as a fundamental strategy for optimal resource allocation. The caucus at State House in Entebbe centered discussions on the merger of Uganda Coffee Development Authority, Dairy Development Authority and the National Information and Technology Authority, Uganda, that were still under contention. According to the President, returning government agencies into their parent ministries is meant to streamline operations by eliminating the unnecessary. Members of Parliament have expressed their condolences to the nation, the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, and the family of Sara M, the State Minister for Defense and Veteran Affairs, who passed away this Saturday morning at Mengo Hospital. Several members of Parliament shared that the nation has lost a hard-working and committed individual who was dedicated to her duties and known for her humility. Many highlighted her contributions as a strong advocate for the trade unions and her significant role in youth programs during her tenure as the State Minister for Youth and Children Affairs.
Very sorry. This is a minister who has been very humble. She's most known for being the Minister of State for Youth and Children Affairs, because that docket of Defense and Veterinary Affairs is just months. So she's known more in that area, and we are really disheartened to hear of such a sudden death of a very formidable member. I'm a trade unionist. So I've known her under the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, being very assertive on the issue of children and the youth. She has really assisted a lot in the programs of the youth. And as a country, we have lost a very important minister.
Very calm lady, very calm from the word go, very sociable. And indeed the country has lost her. I remember when I was in the Education Service Commission, she used to meet me and say there are teachers who would want to know whether they can access government payroll. So I would always tell her, you ensure that they follow and look at where the adverts have been put forward. And that has been the story. Wherever we meet, she has always told me I have teachers bothering me. So she has been feeding for her population. And this country has lost a very young person.
The one who decides has to be alive and to die. But I will stand with the people of Kisoro. Stay strong. We shall be always with them. And as Parliament, we have a very big loss to our sister, which has been standing with us all along. Remember one time I was with her in Kabramaido when he was looking for children to take to the university, which is the one who is a Rwanda member, and he helped me with some students from Amolatar also. I would have lost now so much.
Time I've been with Sara, she's been a down-to-earth lady, committed to her work, very jolly, approachable, and really, when she was appointed the minister, she's among the ministers whom I really loved, because she's very grounded, eloquent, articulate, very humble and simple. And she has lived that kind of life. It's very sad for the country. I really condole with the family, especially our honorable colleague, Museveni Mateke.
We are sorry for it. Then I was seeing, then our colleague
And she has been hard-working passion. They're working with the government, also on the ground, provide the security. So we are really sorry it has happened. Only what I knew her for these 3 years. So she's a hard-working passion, always cooperative with us there, and also move up and down to make sure that Ugandans are peacefully, and also to protect the life of people and the people proper. This is the role of the security people. And it has happened, and they're sorry to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda.
We pray for the Lord to strengthen the family and friends of the late Sara Mateke. In more stories, this Saturday, River Nyamwamba burst its banks, flooded Kasese municipality, claiming the lives of 2 people. Now, the flooding particularly affected the Nyamwamba division, cutting off several roads and paralyzing business and transportation in the area.
Two people have been killed by River Nyamwamba's floods in Kasese municipality. The floods entered Kasese municipality at around 9 a.m. this Saturday, flowing through a drainage channel in the Acholi quarters area. Although it had not rained locally, heavy rainfall was suspected in the mountains, which caused the river to overflow. Residents living in unsafe areas have been urged to relocate to safer locations to prevent further tragedies.
Advice is that people who are near the River Nyamwamba should relocate with immediate effect to safer areas. I'm advising my brothers and sisters, first of all, those who are in the dangerous zones, first of all, to first leave those places until some more 2-3 days, until when the weather normalizes, because now as we see it is threatening to come again.
The Chief Administrative Officer Kasese Elias Viamungu revealed that the district team is working on a solution to redirect the river back to its main channel.
So many houses that have been destroyed, and we are still waiting for other information from other areas such as like Cholikotas, Mumbuzi, and the area Red Cross areas.
Residents have disclosed that hundreds of households have been displaced by the floods and have appealed to government for urgent assistance.
According to what is now on ground, because we are going to have a lot of damages, we are going to have a lot of damages in terms of infrastructure for government and then the homesteads of our people. For example, if you go in Red Cross, people can't cross, no one is crossing. And we expect, so long as the point is not cut off and diverted to its original stream, the disaster will be very, 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 very big. So we request the Prime Minister's office to intervene in this matter.
Viamungu also emphasized that the River Nyamwamba floods are unpredictable, adding that government will not stand by and watch as properties are destroyed. He said that excavators are to be brought to channel the river back. Charity Marion Imnat and Moses Muthabali for UBC News.
Very sad story, because 2 people were lost because of the river that burst its banks, and we hope that more people are about to be safe and relocate like the chairman asked them to. Now, legislators gathered at Mulago Hospital to pay their respects to the late Minister of State for Defense and Woman Member of Parliament for Kisoro District, Sara Mateke. They praised her for her dedicated service to the country. The Speaker of Parliament, Annette Anita Among, visited Mengo Hospital, where she held a closed-door meeting with medical staff, family members and relatives of Sara Mateke.
The country awoke to the heartbreaking news of the death of Sara Mateke Nyirabashisi, who served as the Minister of State for Defense and Veteran Affairs and as the woman member of Parliament for Kisoro District. It is reported that she passed away in the early hours of Saturday morning after being rushed to the hospital, where she was diagnosed with a heart attack. The tragic news was confirmed by Speaker of Parliament Annette Anita Among and the Minister of Information and Communication Technology Dr. Chris Bariomonsi, with the Speaker visiting Mengo Hospital, where Mateke passed away. Later, Mateke's body was transferred to the farewell loading bay at Mulago Hospital for a post-mortem. At Mulago, Speaker Mong, along with the late Mateke's family and medical staff, held a closed-door meeting that lasted over an hour. Among the mourners and legislators present at the post-mortem facility were Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs Jacob Oboth and Minister of State in the Office of the President and Woman Member of Parliament for Wikwe District Diana Mutasingwa Kajenyi, who praised Mateke's service to the nation.
And very sad that we've lost a colleague. We don't want any speculations right now. Let the relatives, let everyone be calm as we wait for the official statement on the death.
One of my closest friends, as an MP, as a woman member of parliament, and as an MP. To me, she has died as a person who has been a hero, and she has died a person who has been serving. She served diligently, left a very big gap in our... we had become more than family, as family.
Other notable mourners included Eddie Kwizera, also from Kisoro, State Minister for Trade Harriet Ntabazi, friends, relatives and in-laws.
Tragedy that has happened to Kisoro district and the country, because losing a member of parliament and a minister at the same time is not a simple matter. Friends, that she was a very good member of parliament and a minister and a performer and a selfless person and developmental. So many people will pick a lot of lessons from her.
She has been so close to me and close to the young ministers in cabinet, and more especially when it comes to planning together. What do we do? What do we say? What do we tell the president? How do we address him? And all that. She has been composed and down to earth. She's a minister who has been a friend to many of members of parliament.
Uva Kisoro Busamba. Sina cha kwogera kubanga Honorable Sara yankuza.
The number of mourners continued to grow at the Mulago facility as people paid their respects to the late Mateke. A vigil is being held at her home in Nsanji Wakiso. I'm Ivan Juko for UBC.
President Yoweri Museveni has urged the communities of Karamoja and other parts of Uganda to reject and condemn female genital mutilation, calling it a barbaric practice. The president, of course, made these remarks while presiding over the climax of this year's 9th edition of the Karamoja Cultural Festival in Karenga District. Take a look.
The week-long Karamoja Cultural Festival has ended with the final event held in Karenga District. The 9th edition of the festival was graced by President Yoweri Museveni.
We are handing over to Nakapiripirit. So we are going to hand this to Nakapiripirit so that next year they celebrate.
The festival, which primarily showcases Karamoja's rich culture, serves as a platform to reignite hope in the community that has often felt marginalized.
I also want to specifically thank you for the current peace in the region.
Educate the community about the negative impact of alcohol consumption, particularly its effect on health, gender-based violence, and cattle rustling.
Held at Napaikori grounds, the ceremony was attended by ministers, members of parliament, clergy, opinion leaders, among others.
This 9th edition makes the 9th round in Karamoja. We have been to every district, and every time we come to celebrate the Karamoja Culture Festival, it is this wonderful, it is this colorful.
President Yoweri Museveni strongly condemned female genital mutilation, stating that undermines the positive aspects of modern society.
So therefore, when you talk of culture with science. We check something and we find scientifically not correct, it must stop. Like the Pokot, do they circumcise girls? The science of circumcising girls is wrong science. And it causes a lot of problems for the girls who are circumcised
even the children they produce.
He emphasized the need to protect and preserve the culture while eradicating harmful practices.
Insist on your culture. It is also good that you know the linkages among the different tribes.
The President's attendance at the festival underscores the government's commitment to revitalizing the region.
I want to thank you for this decision of disarming us. Now, Your Excellency, as you reflected and put it in the 10-point program, Karamoja needs much more than this.
Your presence here today, Your Excellency, is a testament to your unwavering commitment to our traditional culture and the development of our area, a fact that fills us with pride.
Your Excellency, I must salute you. From the beginning of your entry into this country and taking over power, you decided to bring back the institutions of traditional leaders, which had already been abolished. We thank you for that. And linked it with science. And we have understood peace. And we have tamed the atom. Then the next issue is, how do you use science to develop?
He acknowledged that although the Karamoja development agenda did not achieve its intended goals in time, it was a valuable initiative aimed at advancing the area.
What you need most is water. Is water. This is why I started KDA thinking that it will help. And I got the money, $6 million. From the European Union. And I told them, concentrate on water. Now that means the whole of Karamoja was getting about 8 billion. For water. So what you should discuss among yourselves is how you are using this money.
President Museveni also addressed concerns about small pockets of insecurity in the region. He expressed optimism that with the pacification of Karamoja and the ongoing industrialization efforts, agriculture could now flourish in the area. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Today, the State Minister for Local Government, Victoria Rusoke-Businge, has said that the central government should not be blamed for the delayed induction of local leaders. Rusoke made this remark while addressing over 1,000 local leaders undergoing a 2-week leadership transformational training from 10 districts. Details follow.
State Minister for Local Government Victoria Rusoke-Businge has officiated training chief administrative officers and town clerks. The training is taking place at the National Leadership Training Institute in Chankwanzi District and the Oliver Reginald Tambo School of Leadership and Pan-African Center of Excellency in Kaweweta, Nakaseke District. Rusoke emphasized that the Ministry of Local Government meets with all every 3 months to stress the importance of inducting local leaders using available resources.
I say the ministry is not to blame for that, and the reason is temutuvunana bakao bamwe izere kaulia bakao bamwe bakao clerks bamwe tuwaita bunyeze eje satu without missing nebaja mu Kampala netubakutira netubagamba sente zokutwala all around aktiviste ziriwo gita kanso yo okwaka akatabuko Bible yamwe ya local government obulire bakanselaze emirimu gyabo mwegiri muno chairman edije speaker edije barambula bati emirimu. The cows should do that. We don't need to spend money.
She added that the failure of local leaders to perform their duties as expected is the responsibility of CAOs, town clerks and sub-county chiefs. The minister also cautioned local government leaders against forming cliques, warning that such behavior negatively impacts service delivery.
You have cliques. Cliques means formulating small groups to undermine each other. There is a clique for the speaker, there is a clique for the chairperson, there is a clique for a certain powerful councillor, there is a clique for the civil servants for the cow, there is a clique. Now, those cliques of undermining one another is the reason why some districts are at the top getting 90, others at the bottom getting 20s.
Additionally, she urged local leaders to formulate and implement plans at all levels to ensure continuity in development and to strive for a lasting legacy in their areas of jurisdiction.
I started with the principle planning. What should help you to run the district better, to run the district in an orderly way, to do things in an orderly way, to start with what should come first, what should come next, which should come last. And that cannot be if the district, if the city, if the municipality, if the town council, if the parish doesn't have a plan. So every home, every institution walks the style of its leader. When we talk of peace in Uganda, we attribute it to the president, its leader. He's the champion of peace and stability. Now you, LC5, what are you championing? What is known of you? The president is the champion of peace and stability, the champion of fighting poverty, bringing intervention after intervention, Yoga, Youth Fund, UWEPU, PDM, this and that, micro. What are you known for?
The leaders attending the training at the National Leadership Institute in Nali are from the districts of Chiboga, Masaka, Yumbe, Chibuku and Kibale, while those at Kaweweta are from Nakasongola, Gomba, Mbarara, Kalungu and Mbarara City. The course is organized by the Office of the Prime Minister in conjunction with the Ministry of Local Government and the Patriotism Secretariat. The training, which has been running under the theme Enhancing Leaders' Capacities in Monitoring Government Programs to Improve Service Delivery, will conclude tomorrow, Sunday, with President Yoweri Museveni expected to preside over the closing ceremony.
I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby dondolo.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks, Kubei Dondolo. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Once upon a time, there lived identical twins who gave birth to beautiful princes and princesses.
Their mothers gave their babies' bodies a lot of care by applying on their skin with Baby Junior jelly.
Though dried their chariots and everyone would admire their glowing skin. Fun fact, Baby Junior prevents diaper rash, dry and sensitive skin.
Moms all over Africa love Baby Junior jelly. Baby soothes the skin. No more worries anymore. Baby Junior.
Baby Junior.
Sometimes, the pressure of paying taxes can feel overwhelming. The temptation to cut corners and under-declare your income may creep in. But before you make that choice, consider the cost. Under-declaring taxes might seem like an easy way out, but the consequences can be severe. URA offers resources and payment plans to help you manage your taxes. You can pay in installments if it's difficult to pay in full. Transparency is key. Avoid penalties and unexpected liabilities by reporting everything accurately. To report corruption, call URA on our toll-free lines. Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
Indomie Instant Noodles is available in 3 flavors of chicken, beef, and vegetable. Buy your Indomie Instant Noodles in supermarkets and dukas near you anywhere across Uganda. Indomie Instant Noodles, Uganda's best loved noodles.
Uganda fire! Endiva fire! Our border fire!
Uganda! Thank you for showing your fire! Has Nambole Stadium opened its doors once again?
Fire!
You were one movie, you were the 12th player when Uganda Cranes needed you the most.
Fire! Get the banner! Fire!
Through our famous wins against Bubangunda and our unlucky losses, you stood firm, supporting even louder.
Fire! Fire!
Now, as Uganda Cranes take on South Africa and Congo this September, South Sudan in October, and play our second legs against South Africa and Congo in November, bring even more fire! Because with your support, Uganda Cranes is unstoppable! Uganda Fire! Proudly brought to you by MTN, the #1 supporter of Uganda Cranes. Together, we are unstoppable.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. Now we go to our sports stories, where the State Minister for Sports, Peter Ogwang, has assured the nation that the Hoima City Stadium that is under construction will be ready for the 2027 African Cup of Nations. This was during his latest once-a-fortnight monitoring and evaluation site visit. Take a look as John Band Sentamo reports.
Construction works at Hoima City Stadium have gathered pace, with the State Minister for Sports, Peter Ogwang, sure the timelines are requested by Confederation of African Football will be met ahead of AFCON 2027.
I want to confirm that the stadium is on schedule according to our work with the contractor. I want to repeat to fellow countrymen and women that the leadership of which the President and my senior minister, we are committed to delivering the AFCON project in line with the CAF guidelines which we signed as a government of Uganda. We also interact with neighbors, both Kenya and Tanzania. They're also moving on schedule. So ours as Uganda is to stick into our line. That is why I am basically here with my technical people, is to do that work.
The minister lauded other agencies like Ministry of Water, Ministry of Energy, Internal Affairs, and importantly, Uganda Revenue Authority.
For instance, I want finally to thank the Ministry of Energy. It is within our contractual obligations to ensure that power is on site, and you must have seen today that already they are putting up a 100 kV line which the contractor wanted to make it the contractor wanted 120. As of now, what has been provided is 100 kV power line on site. The other one also which had come up was on the issues of taxes. I also want to thank the Commissioner General, URA, for being steadfast, because the contractor is already shipping in quite a big volume of containers which are coming, and the Commissioner General has already directed that all those containers will be cleared on site, and has directed and designated a staff of URA to have an office on site for purposes of making sure that those containers are cleared. As long as they reach our borders from any entry, they will come direct to a site. The other one, of course, was the issue of immigration, particularly work permits. I also want again to thank the Commissioner responsible Kano Kambere, who came and we had a meeting with him, and the contractor. He has also designated specific staff to coordinate, and the OIMA office to coordinate the work permits for our contractors who are sending in their experts to come from Turkey. Remember, in our contractual obligations, we agreed that 20% should be foreign experts, expatriates from the company. The 80% is meant to be ours. No wonder you will see on the site there.
But despite noticeable progress at the site, the minister realized incompetencies in some areas like the road network, which, like the stadiums and training grounds, are a must-have to seal hosting rights. He assured Hoima residents of employment now in the lead-up to AFCON 2027 and urged them to improve their facilities like hotels to meet international requirements. Hoima City Stadium must be ready for Confederation of African Football inspection by 31st December 2025.
JKL Lady Dolphins has moved within just one game to winning this year's National Basketball League Women's title. This was after a 62-51 victory over Uganda Christian Lady Cannons in Game 5 of the finals. The victory gave JKL Lady Dolphins that are playing in the blue jersey a 3-2 series lead, with Game 6 in this race to fall final coming this Sunday. JKL players like Ekone Brenda, Hope Akelo and Jenna Sinde scored 10, 12 and 11 points respectively to guide their team into the series, and this after trailing 2-0 at some stage. For Uganda Christian University Lady Cannons, it was Shakira Namvubia that again top scored with 16 points, with most of the other teammates managing less than 10 points. This game is slowly progressing into the opposite repeat of the final between the two teams, when Uganda Christian University came from 3 games down to win the league in 2022. When the two teams play each other again this Sunday, JKL will look to seal the deal, while UCU is trying to force a decider Game 7. For more news, to join me again at 10 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha and Mugalu Mohammed on Sign Language.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
The Office of the Prime Minister, in collaboration with the Presidential CEO Forum Secretariat, supported by the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, together with key captains of industry, will convene a 3-day biannual private sector CEO retreat in the northern region, Gulu City, from the 12th to the 14th of September 2024. The retreat will be under the theme Battle to Green, Transforming Northern Uganda into a Commercialized Production and Logistical Hub for Exports. The host will be His Excellency Yoweri Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda and patron of the Presidential CEO Forum. The proceedings will be broadcast live on UBC TV on Saturday the 14th of September 2024 from 2 p.m. This message is brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister and the Presidential CEO Forum Secretariat.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Hello and welcome to the Business Roundup on UBC TV. I am Jerome Paul Sonko, here to guide you through this week's top business stories, market trends and economic insights. And what a week of stories we've had. Let's roll it off with the BRU highlights. 9 women-owned businesses to benefit from NSSF $20,000 seed funding. Government is to investigate the alleged ghost landlords in the compensation drive for Karuma Hydropower Project. The opening of Chinatown stores in Kampala draws mixed reactions from the public. Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa launches its 2024 Africa Agriculture Status Report. Let's get started. In our first report, 9 women-owned small and growing businesses will benefit from a seed funding of $20,000 under the Kazipreneur by the NSSF High Innovator Program. The selected businesses that met the investment committee's criteria represent diverse sectors, including agriculture, processing, skincare, food and luxury products.
9 women entrepreneurs have been selected to each receive $20,000 from the NSSF High Innovator Bold Women Cohort. This follows a funding pitching exercise by 12 women-owned businesses in agriculture, fashion and beauty, waste management, and digital economy.
We know what women entrepreneurs want. They need access to cheap capital, right? And the banks, most of the banks are not addressing this problem. We said let's come up with a program with skill, but we also give money at the end. So this today embodies what defines unlocking capital and cheap financing for our women entrepreneurs.
Now in its 4th year, the High Innovator Bold Women Cohort by Kazipreneur is designed for women entrepreneurs in Uganda seeking to expand their business development knowledge, increase their impact measurements, and financial management skills, among others.
The $20,000 is coming in here to, of course, bridge the gap that women entrepreneurs often face over their male counterparts in business.
We are going to expand the business. We plan to open up in Chanja, in Nigeria, in Entebbe, because we have so many customers calling in those areas, and many times they are limited by transport costs.
With this funding, we are pretty sure we will be able to supply as much as we can and reach out to as many women out there and businesses as possible.
The program is implemented in partnership with GIZ African Union Aware Project. Sara Reinhard is the advisor for gender and communications at GIZ African Union.
Kazipreneur kind of addresses all of these challenges, so financial literacy, registration of businesses, compliancy, social media marketing, skilling. They really kind of cover the whole bandwidth that women entrepreneurs need. And I believe that even if women don't unlock money today, first of all, they have a chance in the next round, but also the skills that they've learned in the whole process by being part of the boot camp, everything is extremely beneficial. And we're super happy to be supporting this important work.
The 9 selected businesses that stand a chance to unlock about 74 million Uganda shillings from NSSF met the investment committee's criteria, which included demonstrating the potential to scale profitability and with the right technical and financial support, creating jobs and implementing sustainable business management systems. Mario Yoweri and Dennis Sigoa for UBC.
Off to the Karuma Project, because government is to investigate the alleged ghost landlords in the compensation drive for the project-affected persons of the Karuma hydropower. This is after Parliament issued a 1-month ultimatum for the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development to respond with the action plans undertaken to ensure the success of the Resettlement Action Plan as agreed since 2011. We have the details.
That I have prepared.
During its regional sittings in northern Uganda, Parliament discussed a petition from the Environmental Governance Institute of Uganda. The institute, on behalf of the project-affected persons, sought Parliament's intervention in the Karuma Hydropower Project.
The project-affected persons were complaining of inadequate compensation for claims that arose from 1, the procurement of land, 2, the displacement.
Since 2011, the government initiated plans to launch the Karuma Hydropower Project. In 2012, the Resettlement Action Plan was introduced after identifying about 3,723 people affected by the project. Herbert Ariko, the Member of Parliament for Soroti City East and Chairperson of the Parliamentary Committee on Environment and Natural Resources, presented a report to Parliament. The report identified several loopholes in the implementation of the Resettlement Action Plan. Despite government efforts to compensate some claimants, about 119 families have not received monetary compensation, while 125 who requested resettlement have not been accommodated.
As a consequence of delay, we have ended up getting penalties.
The ministry commits to expeditiously resettle the PAPs subject to availability of funds for the construction of the facilities.
Herbert explained the amount valued and the disturbance compensation rate.
The disturbance allowance rate was increased to by 15% to 30%, pushing the compensation rate to 6.3 billion.
The committee's report agreed with the petition, highlighting that imposters posing as landlords were also seeking compensation. The Minister of State for Energy and Mineral Development, Fiona Nyamtoro, committed to investigating these imposters to ensure that rightful landlords are identified.
And we call upon the support of Parliament in seeing that our budgeting for the financial year 2025-2026 is prioritized.
Minister Nyamtoro faced intense questioning from MPs who demanded a clear timeline for when the affected individuals would be compensated.
Government may take even 10 years by saying we have not yet got the fund. Rather, Speaker, is it procedurally right?
In the face that our people are suffering, because I can't give you my land, carry out a project, then you want me to wait for 3, 5, 6 years.
And also that's why there is a window where someone feels the route for Parliament is short, they take the one of court. There are those who have taken the one of court because the one of Parliament will remain advisory, but the one of court is mandatory. So, honorable colleagues, I don't want to sit here and I feel I can direct that pay tomorrow and then money will be released. No, I know I don't have that power.
The issue of a land dispute where the government acquired about 17 acres from Karuma Primary School also came up. The school claims it only gave up 4.5 acres. Minister Nyamtoro responded to this concern.
We take note of the committee's recommendation and commit to update the boundary opening report that was prepared during the design of the facilities.
The Karuma hydropower project is expected to be completed by September 2025, increasing the urgency for the government to finalize the resettlement process. Deputy Speaker of Parliament Thomas Tayebwa has given the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development 1 month to provide a satisfactory response.
I know you're going to bring many supplementaries. I don't think we would reject the supplementary of compensating these people who have suffered for long, whom you've been told are dying and all that. So we request we don't wait for the budget of 2025, 2026.
The Committee on Environment and Natural Resources also conducted an oversight visit to the Karuma Water Processing Unit, which is set to be completed by December 2024. This project aims to increase water coverage in the Greater North, including Gulu City and Adjumani, among other regions.
What we are told is that even the areas along Karuma, Gulu, that is the areas of Konakamdin, the areas of Minakulu, Bobi Paidwe, Palenga, Koro, all those areas will have to be served water. Of course, there are also other areas, the other side of Oyam.
We believe that with the time, the second phase will be commissioned and the third one. So as a committee, we will proceed today to another World Bank project, which National Water is doing for the greater Adjumani area, which will also supply the neighboring districts of Obongi and eventually maybe as far as Omoyo.
The MPs praised the National Water and Sewage Corporation for the 30 cubic meter project, which is 95% complete.
And we looked at this big tanker, storage tanker, which is erected in Gulu, and it's going to be capturing water from Karuma, water worth 12 million liters per day.
This project is part of a World Bank initiative being implemented by the National Water and Sewage Corporation. Unlike the Karuma Hydropower project, the land for the Karuma Water Processing Unit was acquired and settled before construction began. Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabenji, UBC News.
The recent opening of Chinatown stores at Lugogo has drawn mixed reactions from the public. While to many shoppers it's a welcome development, the stores have sent discomfort among Ugandan traders. Chinatown stores opened and closed several times this week due to congestion and security concerns. We followed up, and this is the report.
As you approach Lugogo Mall, the scene is unusually busy, with crowds queuing to access Chinatown stores, drawn by relatively cheap prices of commodities. In the days following the opening of Chinatown stores in Uganda, traders have requested government to consider reducing taxes on imported goods to help Ugandan businesses remain competitive.
President Museveni no muntu yenna gwe kikwatako omusuubuzi mulabika mumugwa business.
While the store's proprietors deny claims of selling substandard and low-quality products, traders are calling for government restrictions of Chinatown's operations to manufacturing.
Our prices are not abnormal. For a start, as we launch, we wanted to have that little deductions on some prices so that our customers can appreciate our products. And also because of the few gifts that we're giving out on some of our raffles that we had put in place, we managed to give out several things like fridges and TVs. I think people had the excitement that everything now here, they will be able to win. So I think most people here might have come to win these items.
Muchina okujja mu katale kitegeeza trade cycle ya trade oba ogikoze ki ogisse ffe bannansi bannayuganda omuchina agende mu factory and manufacturing ebintu tugende mu factory tubimuggyeko tubisobole obigulako naye saa zino okugamba mbu omuchina azze assa akatale sawa zino ali mu muchina market simanya ne picha atanze gituna mitwalo 10 kati ffe omunnayuganda tugoyingewa.
With the stores closed for the second consecutive day, the management has pledged to cooperate with the police and adhere to standard operating procedures for reopening.
So make sure that the barriers which can contain the crowd and also do bring in some sniffer dogs to make sure that there is no any kind of terror suspicion or attack for this place. Because we have always we have heard of some alerts, but police is working around all the corners to see that all the situation is handled. They have been with us from day one.
Given the discounted prices, it remains to be seen how the stores will fare in the coming days, especially considering the history of similar stores closing in Uganda. Komagum Rogers for UBC.
Moving on, Uganda Manufacturers Association has launched the 30th UMA Trade Fair, scheduled for October 2nd to 10th, 2024 at the UMA Showgrounds. The association has introduced its lead sponsors and assured the public of a well-organized and impactful event. We have the details.
The trade fair, set for October 2nd to 10th, 2024, aims to promote and market locally made products and help local manufacturers scale up production through the Buy Uganda, Build Uganda, BUBU initiative.
The fair has consistently attracted a diverse range of exhibitors from various sectors, showcasing the best of Uganda's industrial capacity alongside innovations from around the globe.
The platform will provide customers with opportunities to learn about production processes and join the fight against counterfeit goods in the market.
Such interactions help bridge the information gap so that consumers are better equipped to join the fight against counterfeit goods on the market. And for a small fee, the opportunity for brand exposure and interaction with an average of over 300,000 showgoers is also open to international and local non-member entrepreneurs.
And the only way Uganda can compete, can be able to supply the international market, of course after covering the local market, is through industrialization. And this industrialization cannot be a one-way traffic. We need partners. We need other players. How to utilize quality products. We are creating market for ourselves.
The Uganda Manufacturers Association, UMA, promotes agricultural products, trains farmers in value addition and agro-processing.
Uganda still has the best policy framework that encourages investment for both local and regional, and international investment. There is high levels of protection for investment in terms of security and in terms of people's liquidity.
This year's trade fair celebrates the pivotal role it has played in shaping the nation's industrial landscape over its 30 years of industrial excellence. Chepngetich Rispa, Komagum Rogers for UBC.
We now talk matters Africa food systems. The Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa, AGRA, launched its 2024 Africa Agriculture Status Report titled Harnessing the Private Sector for Food Systems Transformation in Africa. This was at the 2024 Africa Food System Forum in Kigali, Rwanda, whose goal was to chart a path for sustainable agriculture.
The 2024 Africa Agriculture Status Report by AGRA seeks to redefine Africa's private sector by recognizing the vast array of micro, small and medium enterprises alongside the larger African-owned and mid-sized farms that play a critical role in shaping markets.
I commend the choice of this year's theme, Innovate, Accelerate and Scale, delivering food systems transformation in the digital and the climate era. This theme reminds us of our shared vision to scale up our efforts to transform our food systems.
The event, co-hosted by the Coalition of Implementers for Fertilizers and Soil Health and the Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa, AGRA, and joint development partners, brought to light the pressing challenges and opportunities in securing Africa's agricultural future.
We will also be launching a deal room. The deal room is the place where we welcome private sector and private sector efforts. It's become a signature moment. We appreciate the number of institutions that have been part of setting up the deal room. We have lots of partners that have been part of setting up the deal room. And it's become a signature moment here, and that's the place where we hope the private sector can shine and step forward and tell us what they want to do to be able to move the agricultural sector forward. But also be able to tell us what they want to see differently, because this forum brings all of us together, governments, as you've seen, and leaders of the industry. So tell us what's not working that you'd like to see work differently.
Participants from across the continent stressed that sustainable agricultural transformation can only be achieved if African governments and African institutions take the lead. Also emphasized that the event is the importance of localized solutions, strengthening farmers' innovation and strengthening the last-mile delivery.
Its overarching goal is to mobilize all stakeholders, policymakers, private sector, academia, youth, women, and farmers to innovate, accelerate, scale the food systems transformation.
We continue to grow the forum from the 500 people when we started a while ago to now 5,000 people again here in Kigali. We had to stop registration. So we continue to appreciate the intensity and the support with which the government of Rwanda brings to this forum.
As Africa stands at a critical juncture in its agricultural journey, the discussions in Kigali, Rwanda have set the stage for transformative action, focusing on coordinated efforts, robust partnerships, and sustainability. Dennis Igoa for UBC Business.
Now, our next report is one of the pieces connecting to the just concluded China-Africa Forum. The Karuma Hydropower Station is one of the models of cooperation between China and Uganda in the energy sector. Primarily financed by the Export-Import Bank of China, construction of the station began in 2013, and earlier this year, it obtained its project completion certificate. We have the details.
Along the Nile River in northern Uganda lies the country's latest power generating installation. Construction of the Karuma Hydropower Station started in 2013 and obtained its project completion certificate this year.
It's also the biggest hydropower station in Uganda. When we came in 2013, and it's generally, we all understand that Uganda is a developing country, and especially in the hydropower area. So after its completion, it will add almost 40% of the power capability.
The power plant cost an estimated $1.7 billion. 85% of that was financed by the Export-Import Bank of China, 15% by the Ugandan government.
China's financing focuses on how to better the technical mechanism to ensure the project's own sustainability and their intended socio-economic benefits for upgrading local industries and improving people's livelihoods.
The financial boost has got the station up and running. And this is where the power is generated. 600 megawatts that can be added to the national grid. That is expected to considerably rise Uganda's generation capacity. Uganda has an installed hydropower capacity of 1,510 megawatts. The government says that the potential increase to 2,000 megawatts will be critical in meeting the country's increasing demand for electricity.
People are yearning. They have maize mills, coffee factories. Power is either not there or it's not enough. And they are using diesel generators, and yet we want clean energy.
The Karuma Hydropower Station is one of the models of cooperation between China and Uganda in the energy sector. And with the Uganda government planning to scale up access and distribution of power to neighboring countries, progressive collaboration has shown promise for more energy infrastructure. Leon Sanyange, CGTN, Karuma, Northern Uganda.
We are glad that Makerere University is a university that still leads in registrations and as far as intellectual property is concerned. For example, the Ivory Tower is a registered industrial design. The gown, the university gown is registered. They have a few patents, utility models, brands, ICT solutions registered here and there. But we believe that the potential and the capacity of this university should be multiplied, and they can only do this if they focus and prioritize the use of intellectual property for purposes of reputation, for purposes of visibility, for purposes of commercialization, for research funding, for more expanded partnership, but also to set an example, because this is one of the oldest universities, if not the oldest university among the universities that we have.
As Uganda's tourism sector continues to take shape, embark on a journey like no other with gorilla trekking. a rare opportunity to witness the majestic mountain gorillas in their natural habitat. And where better to experience this than the famous Bwindi Impenetrable National Park in Uganda? Join us in exploring this incredible wildlife experience in our Sounds of Business.
So yeah, we are doing a second trip to the gorillas, a second trekking. Of course, it's not that kind of, it's kind of expensive, but it's really worth it to see the gorillas. You have like 1 hour, and we thought like we are traveling the whole way from Germany. So we thought about it's worth it to have like 2 hours in both trips. So yeah, we try to see another family.
With the arrival of Chinatown stores in town, Ugandan shoppers have sparked a conversation on what matters most. Quality, affordability, or a balance of both. Well, we can leave that to you as well. But for now, it's a goodbye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Namunkekera Agro-Processing Industries Limited, NAPIL, presents the Namunkekera Laotian Industrial Park Trade Show and Bazaar under the theme Celebrating Local and Foreign Investment on Friday 27th to Saturday 28th September 2024 at Kapeka Industrial Park starting at 9 a.m. Entrance is free. Are you a business person, school, or consumer of authentic Ugandan products? Don't miss this chance for incredible discounts on premium items like ceramic tiles, electricals, garments, shoes, bags, TVs, agricultural tools, dried mangoes and pineapples. Guests of honor are Minister for Investment, Honorable Evelyn Anite, and the Chief Coordinator of Operation World Creation, General Salim Saleh. Come and enjoy Uganda's top artists. Would you like to exhibit? Call 0783-293-348 or 0757-896-914. Kapeka, the center for all your quality products.
Uganda, are you ready to kick things up to the next level? The Uganda National Lottery brings you Sports Take 10. Predict the results of 10 football games and win big. With tickets at only 500 shillings, join the fun and make your predictions count with Sports Take 10. Sports Take 10, your ticket to football glory.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
It's true what people say. that when I wash and you wash your hands with soap, we'll have less infections as Ugandans. After all, it's hands that handle money. It's hands that feed us. Hands that prepare soil for farming. Hands that we use to learn. And hands that we use for fun.
When I wash and you wash, it means clean hands for all. So, wash your hands with soap and clean water regularly to keep away infections and disease-causing germs. This message is from the National Hand Washing Secretariat with support from UNICEF. This weekend on UBC.
Minister of Health came up with a plan and advance funds to UPDF to remodel and expand our intensive care unit. Now it is a bed capacity intensive care unit.
We have monitors that we use for monitoring our patients. We have also wall oxygen that we administer to our patients. And this majorly contains cables for the wall oxygen, for other equipment.
We had an oxygen plant before, the old one, which was producing about 30 cylinders per day. But now we have the new plant, which is having a capability of producing about 250 cylinders in one day.
We have constructed the ICU Ginger Referral Hospital, which is functional, and the oxygen plant, which is also functional. And right now, in 1 week's time, they have entrusted me to also construct the perimeter wall for Ginger Referral Hospital.
So they have constructed for us a new exchange plant, which is able to produce around 250 oxygen cylinders in a day.
This weekend on UBC.
Honeymoon. Yes, this is something very special, and to many of you, you've had people talk about honeymoon, and then you hear things like the honeymoon season is over, and that's when they're telling you that things are getting ugly and things are getting really nasty, and they tell you honeymoon season is over. Many of you do 2 days, 7 days, 3 days, 4 days, and the honeymoon is over. Imagine 4 days and your honeymoon is gone. Tell me about Fairway Hotel package.
Our honeymoon package is an all-round package. Okay. Yeah? By all-round, I mean it's not just the accommodation that you get. Okay. No, you're gonna get accommodation. Your lady is gonna get flowers, probably handed to her from us. Yes, okay. we love to celebrate love.
We don't start from where we are not, we start from where we are. If it's a guest house, good, start from there. If it's Samir River Lodge,
start from there.
Start from
if
there.
Able,
if it's Fairway Hotel, start from there.
Exactly, but don't fail to start at all. However humble it is, don't fail to start.
This weekend on UBC. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
PDM, changing lives. Jinja District is nestled in the heart of the Busoga sub-region and is known for its picturesque beauty. It is home to the source of the River Nile and lies on the tranquil shores of Lake Victoria. But beyond its scenic landscapes lies a community facing challenges where approximately 23% of its population struggles with poverty. Despite being a major industrial hub and a magnet for tourism, poverty persists within the fabric of Jinja district. However, a new dawn emerges with the implementation of the parish development model, a beacon of hope aimed at transforming livelihoods and uplifting communities from poverty.
Mumuloka gwanga bafuna sente government beyagemera kuneba sente abasinga bungi batandise okuba obulungi kubanga eriyo member mulala eyafuna sente yagula mu isambe ly'ebikado yaligula $1,000,000 yatunda $1,000,000 na kitundu yaizayo yaja yatunda kaye yafunamu yabanga ali $3,000,000 okuva bwe yaja tazazaamu oyo yabanga amaze yaba agula embidi dagaka era saawa eno edindi dijja kutundibwa dijja kuzaala abaana kale tibali bubino the center already tudinga dili eri aba agula abaja ni bagula nga pichipichi bali kusomba sente
okubiriza abantu mu Uganda nti program government abaganda government ya program government deni game tantu omuntu agende kubanga ne daife nakubiriza abafuna sente bakole ebyo bye basabira ku sente edo batakola bindi kubanga bedadi kusaba tedizira kubada kusasula tidakulya kumalawo nakubiriza abakola emimo gino nga bakamba ife okuva ikukusereti Kampala bakole emirungi nakaka bakadde nga kajja kutukola emirimu egyo katufe nga twende tuli nga bakulembeze batakalya nga bonka.
Ngobi David, a member of Butamira Parish Development Committee, says they made careful selection of beneficiaries that was meant to ensure a seamless integration and effective implementation of the parish development model through wise enterprise selection.
Esente giza akakaire kajja akakaire katukiro ku bantu direct era baba washwe bali kuneka tumulimo gwagukolere abantu tuli basanyufu era basanyufu ate era bongeirwe mu amaani akakaire kuizo mu family sente nyingi nga isobe kidachonka mbona ati abantu bali ganyulwamu abali kwaye enkoko abali kwaye ente abali kwaye embuli abali kwaye embizi abali kulima emere kongerwamu era kuna sente gino ejayizira kakaire abantu bali miroduma abemere lero duma ali kunusulusa lukaga kusinzire ngi bali kolamu sente ntinyi jayizira mu bantu bali kulima merati ano ambera abantu basune sente ejo basima bongerwa era nkasya akakaye abantu 10 buli muluka sa government yongere kumpi bantu bibabe 200 miliyoni meka 2 esente ejongera okuneka ngagizo mu bantu ate yajatukira omulimo giri kola baba tuwera likiriramu ntese jakomere ku district esente jatukira wansi giri kola emilimo abantu basanyufu tuli basanyufu.
Nendo kwebaza olukiiko lwange lwenkoze nalwo chairperson loans committee aliwo niba nange bona Madam Nansubu Garuth twalwana ino kusimbalala twagaba $1,000,000 n'omusanvu edatuwebwa mu sako yaffe eya Kamwani. So n'olwensonga edo nenda okusiima government nti kino kitukoze bulungi nti mu butuufu omuntu wa wansi saawa eno abasinga bali kweyagala era eno n'enkola yonka eijye n'eyamba abantu aba wansi era nga abasinga bafuna esente era badikosa bulungi dhoti mu bulabo abatonto naye nga abasinga badikosa bulungi.
At least 1,200 individuals have already embraced PDM initiatives in Jinja district, venturing into diverse enterprises such as crop cultivation, animal husbandry, and off-farm activities.
Nenda okusokerera kutusa okusima kwangeri government yaife nenungi
ekulemberwa President Yoweri Museveni olw'okuva ni program yaife eya PDM etuyambye okututola we tuli tubaire tuli bubi nga tusobola kwenunula mu mbeera ya byanfuna ffe bwe tutafuna sente mu group yaife y'abalimi b'obutunda era tutandise ofunamu era tukafunamu so tusaba gavumenti eyongere okutwala program eno mu maiso era egirondoole tusigale nga tugifunamu.
Then mwena abana abafune sente da PDM either here in Namagera Town Council or Lubanyi Ward or any other PDM wherever it is. Tuliba sabese namba mudifunye tudikolese bulungi. Omulamo gwa president gwatale ogw'okukyosa omuntu wansi muningiza gusobola okuba positive ng'era agufuna. Omuntu asobola okukyosa obulamu bwe. Okusinga otutuwa sente kayini twiramu binombo bino byakulonda biki tubijatugasa twetakusa okutuusa Uganda yaife ife bene. Tuve ku pate bwe tulowooza part affiliation tuve ku mulamo gwa kulankulana Uganda n'okukyosa omuntu wa wansi.
Muzeeyi Museveni president waife omulungi omudingu abeewo baba tusiima NRM ebeewo bana NRM juu ebeewo paka last muzeeyi nebaza abakakiiko kange ketukoze nako ketulikola nako omulimo bana mutatola yombe nife bani otulijja ku TV mutemu abaani mulijja okubaawo tibakuba ati Uganda PDM abasinga akola babutamira saako.
From poultry farming to piggery, from banana and cassava cultivation to rice farming and passion fruit cultivation, the parish development model fosters an avenue of sustainable livelihoods.
Ekintu kino yakikola n'amagezi ino era yaleeta ankulankulana. Nze kyendowookeza mu PDM kyonka nti singa abantu bakola mu nkola byebeeya batamu nkola byebeeya mu okukola bajja kugaigagala era tujja kufunira mu irala ng'omu ku bajja okuba abagaiga okuva mu PDM ndimu.
Hakasa Joy, the secretary, Mpumire PDM Sacco, says within Jinja District, parish development model groups have flourished, each representing the spirit of progress and community empowerment.
Programu eno fenga abakyala etukoleire ino abakyala bafuna sente dino embeera dikyuseeku kati nga nze ali kwogera nga sekutale tulina omukyala neiba wange yali mu mbeera embi nga mumusondera n'akookulya programu eno bwe yayidde omukyala oyo twamuwa sente buti saawa dino bw'ojjayo famire yesobola okufuna emmere kuba buti ali maduuma asobola okuseevinga ku 10 mu kabiina ke balimu ng'abakyala abaana be buti bajja ku isomero asobola okubasasulira school fees.
Ffe nga bamemba bamazima bugagga Mpumuye PDM Sacco tuli basanufu olw'omulimu gwe bajje tibatukolamu era tubeebaza nti bana mutakomaawo ebirungi mubireete. In fact bukyatufuna sente dino obulamu bw'abantu bange bwijje nga bukola ki nga bukyukamu. Wale ekisa yakire ng'oyagaana omuntu ali just idle ng'azira kyakola ayi kati saa dino tukandi ku memba wamwagaana ali bize ali kuyonda kiyumba ali kuwa bisolo maadi waba na musanufu ino era bwe tujje nga tutambuzaamu abakulu bambi bona bwe basanufu ku lw'omulimu abagundi bange gwe balikola abalimi. Kale ku nsonga eyo ndikwenda okwebaza President Museveni omukulu w'eiwanga nti baba omulimu gw'otukozeemu gw'amaanyi era obululu olinabwo. Bamemba bagumu basanufu kuba buti akasente bali kasuubira akatale bali kasuubira era akasente bagumu bajja akafuna era ndikunga bamemba bona abali kwenda okwinjira PDM Sacco please contact olwigi lwigule esente diriyo president esente diriyo yatuwa.
From Chabajangobona to Kagoma Parish Fruit Growers PDM Sacco, from Lubanyi to Pumwire PDM Sacco, these groups serve as catalysts for change, tirelessly working to elevate grassroots communities.
Bonafune sente da do miliyoni na gule enkoko 200 enkoko edo katonda ya namba da alama n'addaaya n'afuna miliyoni dange 2 era n'atyama n'alowooza emiliyoni edda 2 n'azzaayo enkoko 200 eddasigalawo n'ataakwala edda emmere ey'enkoko okwaya edindi n'agulamu embiidi embiidi n'agulamu 6 awoni n'agulamu ente kabiri buti bwe nayaya luno lino mukudire dobweine n'agulako kayina embiidi okwongeraku kale era n'amataano ako naitooke ndya n'obulamu bwange bweyagala kulwa baba waife oyo okulowookeza ku bantu abeewa wansi nga ninze omukaire omukazi w'emyaka 74
amayi nandinayita Jennifer era ng'olukiiko luno lukiikirira abakyala bonabona abeebandisa bali simoda okuba nti balina essanyu lingi ino ku bye baafuna okuva mu ofiisi aye zenaga ensabira nti balina essanyu kubanga balina bye bafunye aye babe mu mulaalo ow'okuba nti basobola okwizayo ssente ezo n'abandi basobola okukola ki kutandikirawo kubanga eriyo abandi abaali nga tebaguze porogulaamu eno aye saawa eno bali tukonkona ati banange egweira muli ati banakiira muli awo wenkobera nti muzeeyi atava ku mulamwa abantu bana abasigaire bona bakole ki bafune essanyu era ife tumwebaza ino yebale byeyakola era tuli wano wamukyalo bina musana tuli kubona enkoko tuli kubona nga liri awo lyangaire bwangale niyo badikuba ebifaananye kintu kya muwendo ino n'abakyala abandi babonere okwo ate tutwenda basobole kuba nti bafunye ssente endo banove basigale nga balibo nga balikola kuba okuno batuzayo tubaagalira.
Naweta Hussein is a successful poultry farmer who received 1 million shillings from Lubanyi Parish Development Model and has been able to expand his investment and is reaping big.
Sente da PDM ng'omuntu dinambye okuva lonna difuna olw'ensonga nti dina engeri dikyusizaako obulamu obwange ng'omuntu nambandala business okuva nagitandikira walina ina ekirowoozo alina linziza capital kati olwali dabanga liri kunfuula okuba nga ndi bize ndina ekyokola ndina ekinfuula bize ekyokwongera ku ekyo famire yange yabanga esobola okuganulwamu bempeera school fees ku isomero akasente esobola okawaayo mu bwire nabanga tiri kubandibwa ekyokwongera ku ekyo structure yange yinalinga kindibwa mu birowoozo kati olwali nabanga ntandise okukitaawo mu bikolwa de ekindi ku ekyo oyagala nti mukyalo eki yaife wano enkoko ng'omuntu oba ogiziza kugirundawo ojja wagigula bugule ayo olwaleero wembanga nezo nti oba kulya nkoko nsobola kugisaba busale nabanga nsobozesa famire yange okukyusa kuki ku meals n'ekyo okungera ku ekyo entambule yange kati njira tesobola okugimaintaininga okugikanika epikipiki kati obwo obusente obumu bwenkozeisa buviire mu ki PDM wabula mu byona ekyomugaso ku ekyo n'expansion endi kujja okukola erikolebwa saawa eno nga muli kubona chain link sedo okudigula kuza sente janewoze eyavuire kuliya davuire mu capital mwene wankoko kati nokuba nga ndi kugaziya edindi enko tusobola okuba ku free range system dibenga tiditamu ino sente kudirisa wabula dibenga sobola okulyako nadisa ku nemere ntono kati mu byona dindi munulumu benga nsobola okola ki okutamu kai enkoko edindi kaitandike buyaka okula kale wabula byona sente dino dinambye famire yange okubanga eba independently awaziza akayokoba nti tujja mu kusabiriza kunonya buyambi awandi.
For Bukone Nicholas of Lubanyi Passion Fruit Growers PDM Sacco, the careful selection of a fruit farming enterprise is not only offering him immediate returns, but a sustainable path towards economic growth and prosperity.
Ntwala omukisa guno okusiima obukulembeze obw'eiwanga lino erya Uganda obukulemberwa dada waife Yoweri Kaguta Museveni anti yebale ino olwa programu eno eya PDM. PDM ekoleire ino abantu bangi era nze mbonera irala nga PDM eyongeire emirimu mu kitundu kino kubanga enimiro eno eri wano ayenze eriyo byentasobola kukola. Aya abantu abanimira mu nimiro eno bafuna sente okuva ku nimiro yange abafuwa abatunda idagala nibwe nali nkaali kufuna bijimusa bino okuva mu nkoko byona nali ngula bugule ku idduuka nga ow'edduuka afunamu. So ekintu kino yakikola n'amagezi ino era yaleeta enkulankulana. Nze nenda okwebaza mwami Yoweri Kaguta Museveni nti ajje mu maiso n'okutuwa esente da PDM kubanga erikukolera irala era nze wange nkyeboneireku nti ensenvuire ntweire wembeire era buti njire mu maiso. Abakulembeze okuva ku parish chief n'abandi abaitale eyo benteidi ayi bano bendi nabo wano wansi ku ground abatukubiriza banange mwebale ino okubanga mutwaire project mutwaire program ya PDM mu maiso kubanga etwambye ino era yakutwamba yakugaigawaza omuntu.
Amidst these endeavors lies tales of triumph and resilience, from meticulously crafted business plans to prudent investments. Beneficiaries chart their course towards a brighter future, guided by the principles of the parish development model.
Tuli wano mu kibuga ekya Bwenge Town Council nga PDM eringe eyayongeramu abantu okukola ki okukola kubanga abantu baba mu kibuga baba tibaida kulima tibaida akola ki wewa mubamu kwa balima batona aye PDM yaba engineeringa era butimperano sayo balikola emirimu jaibwe oluvannyuma olw'okubanga nga bwandi bwine emotoka nti bagitairemu amafuta gatandise okukola ki yatandika okutambula yajja mu maiso. Abantu balikola emirimu jaibwe era butimperano oyagana nga buli muntu yena ali very busy kubanga balina akantu kalaka bakoba nti esente dakukola ki dakuirayo. Timu bulabisoomooza era birimu ayenga ebyo tulina okubyogera ku aboogere nti nga ife abakulembeze esente twafuna aye dafunika ntono kubanga twafuna miliyoni 17 aye nga abantu tulina 10.
Nendo kutusa okusiima kwange eri government ya Uganda nti eri ekimu ku kitore abantu ba Kamwani ward okwira ku map nga town agent wakobye nti abantu abasinga bungi balinga ekyokola wazira abo yayete sente miliyoni nibabongeramu amafuta abantu bakoze nganzo omukulembeze ntosaba kusiima eri president nti yebala omulimu gwoli kukola era ifo tulikoba nti yongera okujja mu maiso aya akasente kali miliyoni 10 ku bantu bena bongo omuluka kali kubanga katono nti tulina abantu nga 10 nga tulifuna miliyoni 17 nendo okobera abakuwuliza nti esente datambula bulungi era datuuka mu bantu abatuufu kale nolwekyo musiima
bwe yafuna sente da PDM twawandisa nga tuli mu kibiina ky'abalunzi bambidi bonka aye ate ekyamala enviiri ku mutwe nga nedange dawakwira najja okubaawo nga nkobera ati nze ku sente da PDM nagula ku embidi 1 era nagula ku nente namukoba nti obanga wagula ku ente eyo yona kyetaaga nze njiboneku mbone bwene obanga neyo najja okutuuka wano nga amazima gene nte yabuvunaanizibwa aye ate nga evuire ku sente da PDM amazima gali nti ono mutyamye wange enuma y'obuvuire tabayina nte bino tibyakubaatisa bubaati sente oba kabiri yatoola yiye mu kiraalo yataire wa kituufu kiri nti yagulibwa ku sente da PDM.
Ina gange nze namuna Aneti nebaza President Museveni awalani NRM okutuleetera enteekateeka ya PDM bana nayitisuubira nga nze omukyala nga ndyayako kubanga nimufumba bana amazeemu emyaka giri 20 nga tusuubira nti ze nandibaaku n'ekyayo ekyange ku bwange aye nebaza enteekateeka ya President Museveni n'akakiiko kaba tuleetera entegeka ya PDM okubanga zeena mvuire inuma era nasaba nti baba webanga ekaliyo obugundi obusobozi baba tusaba otwongere.
Beneficiaries of the parish development model in Jinja district are all praises to President Yoweri Museveni for the introduction of PDM that is uplifting communities for a brighter future. Kakumiro district, located in the rich Bunyoro region, is where the parish development model is transforming communities following the region's visionary leaders and hard-working farmers. Through the parish development model, local farmers are leveraging innovative agricultural practices to lift themselves and their communities from subsistence to a money economy. The Parish Development Model is a government-led initiative that empowers rural communities to take charge of their own development. Local government leaders are doing their best to provide access to training, resources, and financing as the model encourages farmers to diversify their income streams and adopt sustainable agricultural practices. Ategeka Juliet, the treasurer of Akwetereireho Poultry Keeping PDM Sacco in Kakumiro district, confirms that they got 11 million shillings from government and all the members invested the money wisely. Juliet, who dropped out of school at an early age, holds a success story that is currently shining all through Kakumiro and a perfect example of President Museveni's Prosperity for All mission. She is happy that the president has brought about change in their area through the parish development model.
Nkafuna sente za PDM. Nkafuna ruto ya sokere omu January. Obunyamazire egrupu yaitu enyafuniremu bagyeta Akwetereireho Poultry Keeping. Eri ekusangiwa omu Kakumiro district, omu Kakumiro town council, Msemwema ward. Omu grupu ya Akwetereireho Poultry Keeping nkoranka treasurer we grupu eyo. Bwire buno omu grupu eyo abakafunamu omu PDM tuli 11 baitu bwire buno bona bainoho enkoko ezibakuolekya kandi bafuniremu amagoba. Na nyowe nfuniremu ebirungi kuonka tingakoramu garosi. Ndeeta obukoko obuto buli bwekiro kimu nimbukuza nibukiyo mwezi gumu. Obumara nintandika kutunda ninguza bamemba abakwenda abali aheru ya grupu yaitu abali omu grupu yaitu nibagenda nibakuza obumara nibatandika kutunda. Omu grupu eno tufuniremu ebirungi omu PDM era nkaito Abakwetereireho group tukusiima government ya Museveni ya NRM. Nkanyowe nkasoma nyahika omusini ya 4 tinyatunga chance yokweyongerayo baitu hati PDM obuyaizire nokunsomesa bansomesa ntujja kutandika grupu yokusibika enkoko. Itwe grupu yaitu twakomamu kusibika enkoko nahura nkitwaire muno enkoko zitukoleira amagoba. Nkanyowe mfuniremu ebirungi kuonka.
Juliet's chivalo is quite interesting to other farmers who find it hard to raise the young ones from the start. At this stage, she sells each chick at 10,000 shillings. Juliet testifies how she makes huge profits from her poultry project. Juliet has so far secured safe water for her birds and home, bought land in the nearby town and built a house, and pays for her children's school fees without facing difficulty. The success of PDM in Kakumiro is not accidental. It comes after vigorous training by several district and local council experts of different expertise in the agriculture sector.
Obukoko bwa uzima buli kakoko kamu tukagura ha 2,995. Nyowe obunyafunire sente nkatandika n'enkoko 3. Nyaleeta nyatunda obutuika kutunda obukoko buli kakoko tukatunda omutwaro. Nyafunamu amagoba nyayongera nyaleeta enkoko 5 ruto ya 2. Kasoka nfuna sente za PDM nyakaleta enkoko emirundi 8. Nintunda nimaza
ninyongera ninkora odendi omumirundi eyo yona nfuniremu ebirungi kubanga nkora amagoba nkasoka nyayombeka ekiju nkaba ntaina ekiju store emerenya girazaga munju nyayombeka ekiju aruho store aruho nenkoko bakasitoma babani benda kujja kuroleraho ezindekaho bakasitoma baje barolereho niko bafune amani go kugura ziri ne barura ezange nikura kurungi nyamazire kuombeka ekiju amagoba ganyafunire mu rutwendi nkaguraho tanka kubanga amaizi gakabani ganteribaniza kugasombera hamutwe obunyamazire kugura tanka nyakura henju nyasemeza henju nyasasuraho school fees za abana bakwega abana bana bali mu isomero hati rutwendi agatanka ugabere gahoyiremu obwire bw'omusana nyafunaho agatapu bampereza amaizi nyasasuraho hati wire bunu tinyina kizibu na amaizi enkoko zikunywa kurungi kubanga zenda amaizi amecumi erutwendi nguziroho itaka myezi 3 emikoto omutawuni kanso muno lirisinziri na abana nibegaga mpora kandi ahakana tata wabo taikara hakolera harayira baitu ninyaro eka haikiri nsoboire kugiemerezaho nk'omukazi ndi nyenka.
Dr. Remy, who was appointed to support these farmers, says great steady progress is underway, and he believes that if leaders continue with their spirit of transformation and farmers wanting to learn new farming techniques for higher yields, the parish development model will be one of the best programs in the country.
So when PDM was enrolled, we were called upon as veterinary officers to come and support our farmers. And one of the things that we did before they started, all they got funds, was to train them in proper management of the enterprises that they would choose. Most of the farmers in Kakumiro chose poultry and piggery because those were some of the enterprises that they were familiar with, and it was easy for us to train them. Here I have Mrs. Juliet, and she has been one of our very successful farmers. Firstly, when we conducted the training, we were able to, because in success of any enterprise, there are some things that we look at. We look at the breed, we look at nutrition, and we look at the management. For the breed, these are broilers. They are sourced from a company called Uzima, which has strongly helped and supported our farmers. The Uzima, these chicken come when they are pre-vaccinated. They vaccinate them on day 1. So it is easy for the farmer to look after the chicken before they fall sick. But even they give us a vaccination schedule. So the farmer follows the vaccination schedule. They vaccinate the chicken on day 8, day 12, and even on the 3rd week, so that the chicken do not die. So you will find that with our farmer, she has, when she's brooding a chicken, she has 95% of the chicken surviving from the brooder.
Meet Biarugawa Edward, a beneficiary of PDM, who tactfully combined livestock farming with crop production. He says, much as he gets good income from the animals, his family never runs short of food to eat. And all this, he says, is a result of the parish development model.
Yange tukaganyirwamu sente za PDM. So far aba member benyina nakafunawo abakatunga 8. So nisholeka nti emiliyoni 8 mba member bange bona zikabayikamu kandi obuzabayikiremu bagenderewe batwegeseze kukora gurupu yange tukusibika enkoko niyo ntusinga kusibika enkoko kandi nekindi tuli balime hati nkabo twakozire gurupu itwena tukaba ntweretegerezangana tukasoka kukoma mukurora abali redde obwire obusente bagambe zikozire kizijja kweja twaikara nturora omuntu ali redde aina wakantu ati nkaitwa abasibiki b'enkoko tukasinga kutunura nk'omuntu ayinawo ekijju kandi abaire nasibika niko atatandika project abaire atakusibika kandi atagiganyirwemu hati tu abasookere kufuna bakani basibika then n'abandi abayongeiro bakagenda ni barwali abo abasookere kufuna niko baro ekintu nikirubata kuronge.
Senior citizen Oramwende Senina of Kakumiro West is extremely happy for the president to have such a great vision of the PDM. She received her 1 million shillings and immediately started a piggery project. Senina tells us a very successful and inspiring story. With the success she has so far registered, Senina dreams of expanding the project beyond what she is currently owning.
Akaleta muzeyi nanyi naishiriza muzeyi ya bampa emiliyoni emwe kuruga mu banka beto mu banka tukasigayo emitwalo 5 twatunga 95 ngeni nyonda shemere bwa muzeyi abwe kintu kiyatukoleire akampa sete sete zibampere nazugura empunu zanje murazireba bishatu byatwarwa mukama we nanka ni we numi buri mpunu kujemesa barakwecana ica uramugaburiza cyana kimwe cyempunu batwara ibyana bishatu ati yansigize ibyana bina ibyana mwenda nkabitunda kunamazire kubitunda napangisa akataka naryara mwenshi ngerimwe binyobwa ngerimwe mumondo bujungu ngerimwe bihimba era na nyamwazo kubishe butibambwe ne wombere ndi mu ntabire ndi kuhinga waburi mbene namara kutundiga bihimba mukama yanyambe mpunu zanje ati yazirabuza nke sande nke ibiri zikashwa zike mu murundi gwako mu murundi gwa kabiri zamara kuzara amagoba gunda atungende yakasete nkatwale nkatwale mu banka nve kuba mbikireyo nebyo kuriya byanje ariko biragira ki ariko birera ndatunda beto mu mesho wanga yanyambire zikakura nandenda ngo nije nyongereye nankeje ko jangu nyina kasete nobere nayongereye nanka naho kute nankeje aho kuta ubwana yebuzira ko ubwana ati yinda butera mutere kuriya munju era buryo kompo niyo mbusherekera munju ubwana bwasigere hobona.
Other farmers say before the parish development model, they were struggling to make ends meet. But now, with the support they received, they are able to run successful enterprises and provide amicably for their families.
Kayi no mwani mukuru nago fatarayiza. Fatarize ezo nazongera omwani gwanje gunabire nyine natamu. Gukagura rebeka kubi gutakwera je kunatira mufatariza gwabonera gwanyurira ntabwo yesho kushara kunanda sharu nkengerwa hamagobo mukusharura kabani nyemo nshaho ishatu bitu ati nkiya mu kaga aho nareba nti esente zikagezeho kunyamba za PDM zibampire abo kuba ubwiro obwo kagezeho umwani kagutunde 15 ogomire nareba ngo nabasa kufuna mamagoba.
As witnessed by Major himself, the district was lucky to host President Museveni on 26th January 2022. He says the launch of PDM in the district on the same day was a huge blessing to them. Major David further says the achievements of PDM are enormous. People are happy and busy creating sustainable development not only for themselves but for the country at large. The parishes are advancing steadily with people's mindsets changing day by day.
For us, we are lucky, like the Chibuku people. On the 26th of January 2022, we hosted the president, we hosted the Narem Day, and on that day, the president again launched parish model here. So after Chibuku, almost we were the next in the line. As we talk now, by December, we had gotten about 11 billion plus, I think 11 billion 300 million. And each parish out of the 105 had gotten its 100 million. It was a nice experience, nice excitement, because this is a manifesto commitment. If you go to the manifesto under job and wealth creation, it is there below. Rural development and transformation. It was a commitment by government. So I want to thank the chairman of the party, who is also the commander-in-chief and head of state, for this vision to support our people. The list and the number are quite many. Right from putting a smile to these poor homes. These days when you reach a home, people receive you with a lot of happiness and they take you around the garden. So they are doing something. Those who are in poultry, those who are in farming, those who are in vegetables, fish farming not too much because of the feeds. So it has put a smile in many homes.
Mr. Atugonza commends teamwork as a pillar of success in their PDM circle that received 32 million shillings. He says, agreeing as a team, money was divided equally into 8 groups. Atugonza says all the 125 members of the circle are now successful farmers.
First phase tukafuna sente kuruga mu government. Tinatandikise buli obutoito bwasokere baitu twasokire kimu kugaba zali milioni 32. 32 twali twine groups 8 mu LOC mukaga. Mu groups 8 ezo twasalaho twadividingamu twagamba milioni 32 ha groups 8 buli groups erafuna sente zinga twazigabira mu group twamanya nti buli group eja kufuna abantu bana buli group twagisa ya abantu abo bana abantu bana bafuna first phase ha milioni 32. Dusaho gamba ntyo beno ero tukaginyigiriza ntyo bantu hambatoita atukakikora mu bwinganiza. Ekindi mu parish model twafuna sente ezindi ezagarukireho zali milioni 25. Milioni 25 zali zakagyaho twatandika kukora processes za government wendi kuteka nakina financial inclusion batugamba musoke mulindeho ne milioni ezindi 5 zigiyeho niko mwijulize hamu ebintu ebyo byona. Heja milioni 5 mubwire butaito zaba milioni 75. Milioni 75 twazikolera omulimo gwazo no kusigikira meetings ze batwetamuga ne batusomesaga ibyo bikabaho na process kusinga buli milioni 32 akwa milioni 32 ziri haro processes tutali mweza amani byali bya speed bitakwetagisibwaki kubikoraho ari abakusinga bakazihira mu banka naye hari zinu milioni 5 hizo zikabaho process batweta process ya wendi nayo twali tutagimanyire beija sub counties batweta nkabe kulembeze batwegesa enge tusakuteka abantu hawendi kale kugamba ekintu kyona bakigaro ha system.
To farmers, PDM program has been a game changer. The lessons learned beyond just the money they got is what sets PDM apart from other government programs. The results have been truly inspiring. Across Kakumiro, farmers are embracing the opportunities presented by the parish development model, diversifying their income streams and improving their overall quality of life. The results have been truly inspiring. Across Kakumiro, farmers are embracing the opportunities presented by the parish development model, diversifying their income streams and improving their overall quality of life.
Omu enterprise yanje nyinemu ba member 27 tukahinga omwani bamwe abashangire omwani bamwe bakagezaho kuhinga cutting konka abashangirwe bamwe bineho omwani akatare tukakabona nituguza ogomire tuguza umubashubuzi tutwara habyoma tufuna akasente kiriro kilogramu eyo gomire bibiri rya be tukugiguza 15 ahabwa hati nikwemerire therefore abantu nibagezaho nindebo mu group yanje abantu nibagezaho okukurakurana okurugira embera izibabire barimo ahabwa kasente ka PDM akubafunire nindeba hariho encuka ebyentasa kurugirira okubyayongire itwe omyaka eyo misho vision eyitwine nka enterprise yanje twenda ngu na kasente ka PDM twaheza kukashashura turebeke ngo nitwe twasigarana eki twasigarana kige cyo tunguka twagumizamo tukore ntunguka.
Through poultry farming, piggery projects, and coffee enterprises, the people of Kakumiro are not only securing their own futures, but also contributing to the broader economic development of their region. The parish development model is more than just a collection of agricultural initiatives within parishes. It is a holistic approach to rural transformation, empowering communities to take charge of their own destiny and build a brighter, more sustainable future. In Kakumiro, the parish development model is not just a promise, but evidence-based success to the resilience and entrepreneurial spirit of Uganda's rural communities through the visionary leadership of His Excellency Yoweri Museveni Tibuhaburwa.
Nyewonye na mashemero gwa munonga abwa kintu kimuzeyi yatukoleire kutuletera nankani enkurakurana entunguka yo kutuletera parish model
nebigenderwa umwisho nyenchakare mbase kubaje mbase kurugo kuhuna ndindi mbase kombeka kakashukarungi shomesa abana babase kushomaje nikonda kwa abana bo bakure bari kwenyumiriza mu government ya President Museveni.
UBC, inspiring Uganda. This weekend on UBC.
Minister of Health came up with a plan and advance funds to UPDF to remodel and expand our intensive care unit. Now it is a bed capacity intensive care unit.
We have monitors that we use for monitoring our patients. We have also wall oxygen that we administer to our patients. And this majorly contains cables for the wall oxygen, for other equipment.
We had an oxygen plant before, the old one, which was producing about 30 cylinders per day. But now we have the new plant, which is having a capability of producing about 250 cylinders in one day.
We have constructed the ICU Ginger Referral Hospital, which is functional, and the oxygen plant, which is also functional. And right now, in 1 week's time, they have entrusted me to also construct the perimeter wall for Ginger Referral Hospital.
So they have constructed for us a new exchange plant which is able to produce around 250 oxygen cylinders in a day.
This weekend on UBC.
Honeymoon. Yes, this is something very special, and to many of you, you've had people talk about honeymoon, and then you hear things like the honeymoon season is over, and that's when they're telling you that things are getting ugly and things are getting really nasty, and they tell you honeymoon season is over. Many of you do 2 days, 7 days, 3 days, 4 days, and the honeymoon is over. Imagine 4 days and your honeymoon is gone. Tell me about Fairway Hotel package.
Our honeymoon package is an all-round package.
Okay.
Yeah? By all-round, I mean it's not just the accommodation that you get.
Okay.
No. You're going to get accommodation. Your lady is going to get flowers, probably handed to her from us. Yes, we love to celebrate love.
We don't start from where we are not, we start from where we are. If it's a guest house, good, start from there. If it's Samir River Lodge,
start from there.
Start from there.
Able,
if it's Fairway Hotel, start from there.
Exactly, but don't fail to start at all. However humble it is, don't fail to start.
This weekend on UBC.
Namunkekela Agro-Processing Industries Limited, NAPIL, presents the Namunkekela Liaoshen Industrial Park Trade Show and Bazaar under the theme Celebrating Local and Foreign Investment on Friday 27th to Saturday 28th September 2024 at Kapeka Industrial Park starting at 9 a.m. Entrance is free. Are you a business person, school, or consumer of authentic Ugandan products? Don't miss this chance for incredible discounts on premium items like ceramic tiles, electricals, garments, shoes, bags, TVs, agricultural tools, dried mangoes, and pineapples. Guests of honor are Minister for Investment, Honorable Evelyn Anite, and the Chief Coordinator Operation Wealth Creation, General Salim Saleh. Come and enjoy Uganda's top artists. Would you like to exhibit? Call 0783-293-348 or 0757-896-914. Kapeka, the center for all your quality products.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Sharon Kyomugisha and Magalu Mohammed on sign language. Let's take a look at the headlines of the day.